at CBS, we had been contacted by the CIA. As a matter of fact, by the time I became the head of the whole News and Public Affairs operation in 1954, ships had been established.
That planted stories intended to serve a national purpose abroad came home and were circulated here and believed here, because this would mean that the CIA could manipulate the news in the United States by channeling it through some foreign country. Now, we're looking at that very carefully.
It is not an intelligence agency, it's a covert action agency. Covert action being overthrowing or supporting foreign governments. Another part of covert action is disinformation. Well, it happens on many levels in many different ways. It could be a director of agency contact with a publisher, or it could be a lower-level agency employee with a lower-level person or managing editor, say. Or it could be hiring agency people, and placing them in the news organization.
Do you have any people paid by the CIA who are working for television networks?
Operation Mockingbird. In the shadowy corridors of power, Frank Wisner sat at his desk in 1947, poring over a list of names. These were not spies or operatives, but journalists, voices that shaped the American narrative. Wisner, a high-ranking CIA official, had a vision to weave a network of influence that could subtly guide public opinion. He called it Operation Mockingbird. By 1948, Phil Graham of the Washington Post joined the fold, a trusted ally to steer the operation within the media industry. The project grew rapidly, and by 1953, under the leadership of Alan Dulles, it had become a formidable force. Over 25 newspapers and wire agencies were under its sway, their headlines and stories often reflecting the CIA's agenda. The operation was not without its casualties. Careers of political opponents were dismantled, investigative journalists found themselves under surveillance, and damaging reports were buried. The fight against communism was the banner under which these actions were justified, but the ethical cost was steep. By 1976, the tide had turned. Public scrutiny and shifting political winds forced the CIA to officially end the program. Director George H.W. Bush made a public announcement. Effective immediately, CIA will not enter into any paid or contractual relationship with any full-time or part-time news correspondent accredited by any U.S. news service, newspaper, periodical, radio or television network or station. Yet the loophole for freelancers and stringers hinted at the lingering shadows of influence. Operation Mockingbird was over, but its legacy remained a stark reminder of the delicate balance between national security and the freedom of the press.